Thank you, and really appreciate the introduction here. And I want to thank everyone here that made it today. You know, there's a lot of dealers here. As you know, we had to shut down registrations. You might have seen sold out front on the billboard. So I'm going to start off to John Murphy. We've seen Tesla be in the press. Maybe the biggest headline right now is the price cut.
You know, on Tesla, the price cuts are multifaceted. You could argue, that their competition is ramping up. You could argue that demand has softened a little bit. You could argue that they might want to dip under the caps for the IRA, so they qualify on MSRP on the Model Y and the Model 3. But the reality is, if you want to grow at 50% a year, and you did 1.3 million units last year, you got to, open up the market by going down price.
So, John, what do you know about when that happened in the past, and what do you see today?
I don't think we have seen this situation in the past, and my take on it from a competitive standpoint is this was destined to be a year where competition was really coming to Tesla for the first time.
But when we have supply that exceeds demand, and I know we saw a couple million totaling like nearly 10 million units of pent-up demand, right? Assuming pre-pandemic levels were where we should have retailed the last couple of years. If the supply gets beyond the demand, what does come first? Production cutbacks, or does one of these OEMs begin back into the incentives?
I mean, my bet is production cutbacks.
Okay.
Because again, there's plenty of reasons why not to be super aggressive. And I would argue it was already starting to happen for North American production in the final quarter of last year. If you look at the data that Wards puts out and you annualize the production that we had by month last year, we had a much higher run rate of production in North America in July and August. And at the end of the year, it was dramatically already starting to slow.
Yeah, I think one thing to add to that, is there's two times in history, one more recent from 17 to 19, where demand was fading and the industry was cutting production. So, I mean, there was a recent pre-COVID moment where the industry was pretty disciplined.
Okay, thank you. I'd like you to give a round of applause to our two guests.